Hello everybody, this is SuperFang99. Before we begin, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. It really helps out the channel. With that out of the way, today is going to be the monster of all monster interludes. Oh god, because we're doing the thing. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Otherwise, we're currently in Istanbul, which is over here, right there. So we're going to pass through Venice. We're not going to stop. We don't need a carnival. We're going to go straight to London because we can meet Dr. Quinn there because we went, where is it? That one, 27H. So here we go. Dead and gone. You're right. Well, first of all, I need to mark a time because we travel to London. There's 27 time currently. You arrive in London and follow Agent Quinn's directions to get to the town of Amesbury. Immediately after checking into a hotel, your concierge wordlessly hands you a note with an address by the side of a park on the western side of the historic town. You head there immediately, only to find Agent Ari Quinn sitting in the driver's seat of a Bentley, reading a newspaper and not paying you any heed. Without making a scene, you silently climb into the passenger seat. Finally, been waiting here all day. You're not even sure how Quinn knew you'd arrive in town, but you suppose the Foundation must have eyes and ears all over every harbor and border checkpoint. You ask her what she's been up to, and what she wanted you to show you. At which point she starts the Bentley's engine and rolls down along the road to the west. You'll see. Just a short drive later, you come to a familiar sight. You should have known. Quinn is taking you to the site of mysterious and prehistoric Stonehenge. A ring of standing stones marks the site, inside which another ring of smaller blue stones seem to serve no particular purpose whatsoever. A few tourists peruse the monument in awe, but it is otherwise quiet. You follow close behind and ask Agent Quinn why she has asked you to come all this way. Strange place, is it not? She asks. A rhetorical question. Historians have long debated over the likely function of the landmark, but none know for certain. As you draw nearer, she points to the various standing stones and to the concentric ring of smaller stones inside. Almost seems like something is missing. Check the campaign log. Agent Quinn does not trust the cell, so we go to Dead and Gone 5. Quinn heads to the center of the blue stone ring and takes out a small contraption possessing a series of lights along its surface. It lets out several beeps, rising in frequency as she reaches the very center. This confirms my suspicions, she says under her breath, then shows her readings to you. Found these same kind of readings in a lot of other places. Roanoke Island, Angkor, you get the idea. She stands and taps the device against the palm of her hand as she scans the stone rings. These things you mentioned in your report, these, let us presume to call them extraterrestrials, when they take something, it completely vanishes. Do you understand what this means? Everything we know, everything we can see, it's just what's left. Look at Stonehenge. We have no earthly clue what it is. Maybe that's because it's incomplete. There could have been dozens of other structures erected right where we stand, and humanity would never know. She paces back and forth, agitated. This is my life's work. I've studied these kinds of events for over a decade. Paranormal disappearances, dead civilizations. Bloody hell, I'm fluent in a dozen dead languages. I've always assumed these events are a small slice of pie missing from the greater whole. But what if we're only seeing what's left? The tiny slice of pie these creatures haven't stolen. Check the campaign log. If the cell possesses a mysterious whistle, yes we do, and less than 30 or fewer time has passed, 27 times passed, proceed to Dead and Gone 6. Suddenly, what Agent Quinn just said snaps you to attention. Quinn is an expert in long-dead languages and ancient civilizations. You ask her if she'd be willing to help you with a related matter far from Amesbury. If it will help me get to the bottom of this, then yes, she replies eagerly. What can I do for you? With bated breath, you tell her it might require her to not inform the Foundation of her next whereabouts. She takes a moment to consider the implications, then nods, resolute. You hand her the whistle Aliki gave to you, and tell her that it belonged to a coterie member who seemed to know only Latin, ancient Greek, and other languages you could not decipher. She studies it for a long while, turning it over and over in her hand. A white raven, she murmurs to herself. The Greek myths tell us that ravens were the messengers of the gods, Apollo in particular. They were once all white, but when Apollo sent one to spy on his lover Coronis, he learned of his lover's infidelity and scorched the raven's wings black in anger. You ask Agent Quinn, is there any place in the world one might associate with Apollo or his raven? There are temples in Rome dedicated to the god Apollo, she says. Apollo Socianus and Apollo Palatinus. Let me know if you head there. I'll meet you. In your campaign log, record, the cell is off mission. Each investigator earns one experience as they have gained insight into the strange happenings of the underworld. Mark 1 time. We are currently at 28th time, and we may embark. Okay. So, if you know what I'm doing, we're doing it. So, connected to London, we're going straight to Rome, passing through Monte Carlo and or Venice. So that's fine. And that is 51T. Okay, we mark another time, so we're at 29 time, and we go to Romulus and Remus. Check the campaign log. If the cell is off mission, proceed to Romulus and Remus 1. We are. This is possibly one of the worst ideas I've ever had, Agent Quinn remarks as the two of you approach the Palatine Hill. The ruins of numerous temples litter the area, once marvels of luminous white marble decorated with intricate reliefs of ivory and delicately carved statues, now nothing more than broken vestiges and stone foundations half buried along the hill. You try your best to reassure Quinn, but she is right. This could easily be a wild goose chase or a trap. Commissioner Taylor would certainly not be happy if she knew her agents were attempting to parley with a member of the Red Coterie. But you suspect that Aliki knows more about the strange disappearances happening all over the globe than you do, and perhaps that is more important than the mission Taylor gave you. Quinn sighs and nods in agreement. I know, that's why I'm here, but still. She stops in her tracks, spotting something in the distance, and begins walking in that direction. Those are the ruins of the palace of Caesar Augustus, who was thought to have built the temple of Apollo Palatinus nearby. Most scholars believe these nearby ruins to belong to the temple of Jupiter Victor, but I wager they are in fact Apollo's. You sigh and pull out the white raven whistle Aliki gave you. Now is as good a time as any to give it a shot. Worst case scenario, you simply wasted your time, and Quinn's. You put the whistle to your lips and blow. Emerging is a paradoxically distant sound, a warbling trill not unlike the shrill sound that has haunted you ever since Kathmandu. The wind picks up, sudden and chill. Quinn pulls her coat over her torso with a shudder, then arriving just as swiftly as the bitter wind. You spy her. Aliki Zona Uperetria stands just over the ancient temple's ruins, her red sash a splash of flowing color in the harsh breeze. As the wind and the discordant whistle both fade, her hair settles over her face, obscuring her expression. I know what you are doing, Quinn murmurs to you under her breath as she approaches the haunting figure with much trepidation. The girl in the scarlet sash speaks a single word in ancient Egyptian, stopping Quinn in her tracks. The agent replies in kind, causing Aliki's head to tilt to the side in curious understanding. Slowly, bit by bit, the two begin to converse, changing languages every other sentence like two students testing one another. You watch in awe as the two juggle ancient languages as easily as breathing. Finally, Quinn addresses you. You were right. She is searching for a place where, Aliki speaks again and Quinn translates, the entities you've encountered. She thinks the things they devour. She thinks they end up somewhere else. She's searching for the place where they go. You ask Quinn if she can think of any place on Earth that might be a hotspot for such activity. There is one that I can think of, she replies. The Bermuda Triangle, otherwise known as the Devil's Triangle in the Atlantic. We've tried our best to keep it under wraps, but a lot of ships and even some aircraft have gone missing in that area. A few of those incidents are on my list of memory anomalies as well. Could be some kind of gateway. You tell her to ask Aliki why she is looking for this place, and the two begin conversing again. She says that she thinks some of the coterie were... She pauses for a moment, struggling with the translation. Taken? But how could that be? Our records indicate they're accounted for, at least the ones we know about. You consider all that you have seen, and a nauseous feeling overtakes you. Is it possible for both to be true? Is it possible some in the coterie are not what they seem? You approach and ask Aliki if she would like to travel with you to the gateway, if it exists. Quinn tentatively translates your request, and the mysterious figure nods in response. Resolve, strange and fierce, like a piercing light in the abyss, fills your heart. You lift the raven whistle and say that you will summon her when you are ready. This time, Aliki nods without even waiting for Quinn's translation. You catch just a glimpse of piercing red eyes, framed with heavy bangs, as the wind picks up again and sends her hair aflutter. You lift your coat to block the bitter chill, and not but a moment later, Alicia Peretria is gone, whisked along with the wind itself. You ask Quinn if she will stick with you a little longer. I'm not going to lie, this terrifies me, she says in a small voice, but I think we're onto something here. Yes, I will see this through with you to the very end. I just hope, she quivers and averts her gaze away from you. I just hope I still remembered when this is done. In the Americas section of the campaign log, inside the Bermuda Triangle, the triangle formed by lines connecting Y-Bor City, San Juan, and Bermuda, write 56Y. You are now able to travel inside the Bermuda Triangle whenever you embark. You may do so from Y-Bor City, San Juan, or Bermuda at the cost of 1 time. When you do proceed to 56Y, you may embark. Okay. So, we have a mission for us. We need to start making our way there. I believe the fastest way to go, right, that's my plan. Because we have some business to attend to back in Y-Bor City. So first, from Rome, we're going to go back to London. There's no need to go to Marrakesh, because, yeah. So we go to London, which we can't stop there, but we spend a time. So we're now at 30 time. And then across the Atlantic we go from London all the way to San Juan. So in San Juan, we actually do have something to stop at. We have 14C, because someone stole our freaking key. Let me get that. Okay, ruses and reclamation. Determine if this is the site of your missing keys by performing the following steps. Gather an enemy's concealed minicard, it doesn't matter which, and 3 decoys. If wrong leads is recorded in your campaign log, gather 1 fewer decoy for each tally mark recorded next to it. If there are 3 tally marks, you skip right to it, flip the concealed one, choose one at random. So just to make sure that I'm doing this completely randomly, I'm just going to roll a die from 1 to 4, basically. And I'm going to say that 1 is if we succeed. Are we ready? Here we go. Oh my god! I am a god. I am a god. Okay. Well, fucking amazing. So, back on this. If it is an enemy's concealed minicard, which, again, I said 1 is success, skip to ruses and reclamation 2. So, here we go. You finally narrow down your quarry and find their safe house. Wait, hold on. Hold on. We have to mark a time? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. Hold on. Do we mark a time for the other things? No, we don't. That's bad. Oh no. Did I mess this up? Hold on. So, sorry. So, when we leave London, we're at 30 time. Then to go to San Juan, we're at 31 time. I want to go to Y-Bor City. So that's 32, 33. Oh no! We can't go to Y-Bor City anymore! I hate everything. I didn't think that this would add time. I didn't... Oh no. Oh no. Can I just not do this one? I really just want to go to... I don't care about this weeping lady. Oh god. You know what? I could have just not gone here. Like I wasn't even expecting we were gonna get the key. Fuck it. I'm just gonna say that we didn't stop here. I know that's kind of cheating, but I really just want to go to Y-Bor City because I just want to. Okay. 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 So we're going to Y-Bor City instead. So 32, Y-Bor City. Y-Bor City is 52U. Oh, this is so annoying. Anyway. Abandoned cigar. I'm gonna speed through this. Whatever. Okay. It's a good thing the locals here are fairly welcoming and don't seem to mind you asking directions, because Abandoned Cigar Factory doesn't exactly narrow things down. The bustling Y-Bor City district near Tampa is home to many such factories built and run by thousands of immigrants from all over. If you had to check each and every factory, you'd be here all week. Luckily, you have a lead just north of the bay, a quiet, run-down building with an adjoining, boarded-up warehouse. If you didn't know the truth, you'd think it was nothing more than an out-of-date factory from the 80s, probably filled with nothing more than dust and rats. But if you've learned anything in your travels, it's to never trust the evidence of your eyes. You cautiously approach the main entrance and attempt to open it. As you suspected, it does not budge. If this is truly a coterie sanctum, it'll be harder than that to get inside. There's no easy way in through the third-story windows, so you circle around the side of the warehouse, spawning a large metal door, likely used for loading goods or unloading supplies. As there is no handle or lever, you decide to knock. A moment later, a gruff voice responds from the other side. Passphrase. Check campaign log. If you know the passphrase and the current time is at or after theta, which we do. Yes, you know the passphrase. Theta was all the way back at 10, so we're coming back. Safe house 2. You lean in and utter the words that Desi taught you. Blackbird solitaire. And the door slides open. On the other side, a muscular man with a thick mustache gives you a toothy grin. The hand hovering just over the handle of a revolver holstered at his side gives you pause. But after a moment, he steps aside to let you in. Boss said you might be stopping by, the doorman says. He said to let you look around and take whatever you need. You step inside and eye the man carefully. Last thing you need is a bullet in the back just as soon as you begin your search. As if sensing your concern, he slowly unholsters his gun and empties the cylinder. Look, friend, I know what you did for Desi. Any friend of his is a friend of mine, he states, meeting your suspicious gaze head on. Whatever you're looking for, it's yours. It doesn't take you too long to find the key Desi had stashed here. Mounted on a far wall of the warehouse over a midst of a trove of supplies and ammunition, its alien sheen reflects a warped view of your startled countenance. It is a double-edged blade of considerable length, although it has no handle or grip with which to wield it. It might be a weapon, but it is no mortal one, that is for sure. That old thing? The gruff man asks as you delicately remove it from your mount. It's just a weird hunk of metal, that is. Thought Desi just kept it here for kicks. Creeps the hell out of me. As you hold the blade over both of your hands, a gentle pulse of energy quivers through its length. Not a bad decoration. Not a decoration, then. This is the real deal. You also sift through one of Desi's records and intel with you while you are here. Not much that you don't already know, but it looks like he's been keeping tabs on a few of his cohorts. There are more than a few clandestine photographs of a woman carrying a red parasol over her shoulder in the clearest of these. In the clearest of these, the woman is giving the camera a knowing smirk. She knew Desi was onto her. On the back, in sloppy handwriting, black ink reads, "You're in too deep this time, too." You browse a bit more, but you aren't going to find much else here. Desi's operation is quite a bit different from the coteries' stated goals, it seems. Perhaps there is more to them than the Foundation believes. Or it's just another front. Doesn't matter. You have what you came for. Choose an investigator to be the bearer of the mirroring blade and update the campaign log accordingly. This can be found in that encounter set. Here's the mirroring blade. Shift. Deal 2 damage to an enemy at your location, or 1 damage to all enemies at your location. Flip this key to its other side. Each investigator takes direct damage. We're definitely going to give that to Kaimani. Yeah. Each investigator earns 2 experience as they get insight into the inner workings of the Red Coterie. Mark 1 time in your campaign log, and you may embark. Oh god. Okay, so by the way, we both have 7 XP now. 4 from that, 1 from the Dead and Gone, and 2 from here. Okay, this is why I needed this, because this marks the time, and now from Y-Bor City, we can only go straight to the Bermuda Triangle. Okay, so this is literally the last time as we mark time 34. And we're in the Bermuda Triangle, which is, what number is that? That is number 56Y, which I believe is a scenario. Yep, here it is. Without a trace. Oh, God. Okay. Sorry if that feels like I was cheating. I feel like I'm doing this for the story. I didn't really think that I would get the key, and I didn't even know if you get the key, you have to mark a time. I did not know that, so it was not part of the plan. But if I just read it, because I've gotten the key before, funnily enough, also on the first try. But yeah. So I have 7 XP to spend, so let's talk about upgrades. And we're back. So both had 7 XP to spend. Starting with Kamani, we're going to buy a Charisma because we have Dr. Dewi and we want her along with Leo. And we also are going to get 2 upgraded Mausers. Pretty good low level guns. With Sharpshooter, it should be pretty cool. And of course, we're upgrading the Mausers for that. All right, Daryl, with his 7 experience, we're going to get the second lucky number 3s and also 2 copies of Upgraded Perception. Just upgrading all of those cards. All right, hope you're ready for this next scenario. It's I have never actually played it, completely blind. So we'll see if I just die or whatever. I don't know what's going to happen. If you like this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. It really helps out the channel. This has been Superfang99, signing off.